Our next guest has a unique life experience being born in Tehran, Iran, and being one of the student leaders in 1999, the student leaders against the regime. And you got a school not too far from here, UCSB. Anybody can go there and protest about anything they want, and they get an award from the city, probably. Well, that doesn't happen in Tehran when you protest against the government. Never forget that First Amendment includes the right to assemble, to protest against your government. That's rare around this world. This individual tried to exercise a First Amendment right in a country that doesn't have it, that we're now going to give nuclear weapons to. And he wound up in the infamous Evin, E-V-I-N, Evin prison for years and was tortured. Finally escaped, found his way into the United States of America, got deeply involved with President Bush and his administration, traveled around the world trying to unite and organize Iranians in opposition to the Ayatollahs, to the regime, went to Israel, spoke at the Knesset in Israel, and is looked at today as one of the leaders in the West of the Iranian opposition movement. Please, warmly, warmly, warmly welcome a guy who was getting beat up in prison by the people we now want to give weapons to, Amir Abbas Fakhravar. Come on up, Amir.
Thank you so much. Thank you. First of all, let's say thank you to Sheridan for her great job. I can't believe that was 3 weeks ago, probably 4 weeks ago, when we started talking about organizing this event, and it went that fast. And you have done a great job, and thank you, Stephanie, for introducing us to each other. And then Tom said a lot of good things, but it's just he's saying this in public. In private, he sent me an email and said, Amir, you have just 10 minutes to talk. I know it's hard for a Persian man to speak that short, but just keep it short. I said, okay. But thank you. And I can remember it was more than 9 years ago, almost 10 years ago, when I escaped Evin prison after 5 years and 3 months and a lot of tortures and 8 months solitary confinement. And they broke my wrists and a lot of bones in my bodies. And then, but I was proud of myself all the time because I knew that someday in future I can tell the story of our resistance movement against a small group of fanatic mullahs who happened somehow, it's looked like a nightmare, to come to power in Iran. We are talking about Iran. Do you remember Iran 37, 38 years ago? One of the loveliest places in the world. Everybody in the planet, they wanted to go and see Iran, and it was such an amazing relationship between Iran and United States, and specifically between Iran and Israel. We love each other, Israelis and Iranians. And then this group of fanatic mullahs, they came to power, and then they destroyed our history and everything we had. And then Iran became the #1 state sponsor of terrorism. I'm talking about 80 million Iranian people right now who hate the mullahs, the same as we hate them here. You hate the mullah. Our people, they hate the mullah too. The mullahs in Iran, they have the super small group of supporters, which you are hearing a lot from them, which you are hearing all those chants of death to Israel and death to America from these small group of people. But sadly, they have the power. They are dangerous. If they can have access to the atomic bomb, if their finger will be on that bottom to just send the bomb, they will send it to Israel, definitely, to test it there. And they will not even think twice to do that if they can achieve the goal. When I arrived to United States, 2006, I said, okay, now I have the time to stop this to happen. We started our campaign for oil sanction. Everywhere I was going to talk about this topic, the policymakers, they have been telling me, Amir, don't do that. You have a nice story to tell about human rights, about the abuse of human rights in Iran, about your torture, about your jail time. And I said, no, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the greatest threat the human beings will face soon from Iranian regime. Let's talk about that. And then we started our campaign about oil sanction. Then nobody wanted to listen to it. They said, we put sanction on them for a long time, for 3 decades, and it didn't work. And I said, I'm not talking about stupid, smart sanction was in place for 3 decades. I'm talking about oil sanction, because 85 to 90% of Islamic Republic's economy is based on petrodollar. They are selling oil to the West and using the petrodollars. We are talking about 100 or $120 billion every year to just, they can give that money to all the terrorist groups all around the world, Hezbollah, Hamas, Al-Qaeda, all of them. And okay, let's not buy oil from them. It was easy answer. Then the policymakers in Washington, D.C., they told me the oil market will be destroyed. I said, no, it will not. Because I know a lot of countries, they are ready to help, like Saudi Arabia, which we faced, it happened, and they came to help for that part. And then, after 6 years of campaigning, my team and I, some of my team, they are here, and we went everywhere. We went to, after speaking at the Congress, the Parliament, the both sides, Senate and House side, we went to Canada. And then we went to Europe, we went to Finland, we went to European Union, we went to France, Italy, and Germany, and then we went to Israel, 2012, to speak at the Knesset. I briefed the parliament members over there, and then my message was that just look at the option of the oil sanction, the hardest sanction ever. And even at that time, some people in administration, they have been mad at me because they said the only way is military action. I said, why you are going for the hardest thing to do? And then the face of Israel will be destroying the world. Don't do that. You don't need to do that. The Iranian regime is a lot weaker than that if you can just put sanction on their oil. And July 2012, the oil sanction was started finally. And everybody in the world could see that. And when the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, a couple months later, came to the UN, and he said, the best way is oil sanction, I said, okay, yes, now the world can hear that's the answer. But we didn't know how much Iranian regime can have help from the White House. Even having the law firm being hired by the administration to help the mullahs regime to can go around these sanctions. Doesn't matter which side we are, Democrat or Republican. This is wrong to go and help the Iranian mullahs, which we know they are going to destroy Israel first and then come and destroy United States. And then what we can do. I wanted to read for you the exclusive transcript of Iranian, the head of Iranian negotiation team, Abbas Fakhravar, which we could have access to it. It was the behind closed door briefing, but I will not do it here during the question and answer if you let me, because I just heard it's 2 minutes, it's the last of my, probably you were right, Tom. The Persian, we don't know how much we are talking. But then I'm glad we have the question and answer second, and we can go there. But about it's about the robust verification, which is a joke. I will read it to you, the exact quote of Abbas Fakhravar, the head of Iranian negotiation team, when he says, look, my friend, he's talking behind closed door with some high-ranking officials of IRGC, Iranian Revolutionary Guard, and then the head of Iranian media, which are, again, some commanders of Revolutionary Guard, too. And then he's saying, just don't worry, we don't let IAEA to come and visit any of our sites. I will read exactly the quote. And he says, if even we need, we can just send them blindfolded somewhere. We can videotape something to give it to them. And he said, I swear to God, I promise you, we will not give them any single word more than the thing they know up to now. We were stupid before to give them that much information they have. And we will not go to do that. It's the transcript is there. It will come this week as one of my articles, but I will read it to you. And just let's close my speech with this. Some people, they say, what we can do if Obama will veto the vote, even the vote will go to be in place at the Congress, what we can do then? We don't have anything to do. No, my friends, we have a lot to do. We should believe in ourselves. When somebody, a young guy, 30, from jail, without speaking English, when I came to United States, I couldn't understand English at all. I couldn't speak English at all. Some of my friends, Claire, have met me before, and she knows that even sometimes when I wanted to order McDonald's, I couldn't. I should call my friend and ask him to order McDonald's for me. When with that level of English, I could have that much effect at the Congress to go and knock the door of every single policymakers from the both sides, Democrats and Republicans, to tell them, to show them, brief them what is happening exactly in Iran. You, my friend, with everything you have in your hand, you can do a lot more than that. We can make sure that this administration will follow the morality. If they don't want to follow the law, they should follow the morality and think about those millions of people who will be killed if they want to have something. If President Obama wants to have something for his library, it's okay, he can have it, but he needs to think about the cost of that thing, which will be the blood of millions of people. We should knock the door of every single policymakers from the both sides to tell them what they need to do. Thank you so much.